Before anyone on Washington gets too fired up, remember, we've seen a missed PAT already.
Low snap. It is no good. And the worst special teams day in history.
Welcome to the silliest thing I saw this week. I'm Dave Pyper, and I bring you the silliest things I see each week in the NFL. We're sponsored today by Vuori, makers of the most comfortable clothing on the planet. I'll talk a little bit more about Vuori later in the show, and actually, we're going to do something a little fun this week with Vuori, so stick around to hear about that. But the NFL keeps giving us the silliness each and every week, and we're going to kick off this week down in Charlotte, where the Chiefs took on the Panthers and scored early in the game, but it was the extra point that gave me the giggles. Keep an eye on the ref on the right side of the screen take a shot to the dome as the ball falls after hitting the net. The ref looks a little startled, but I assume he was okay. You know, it's been a handful of weeks since we last checked in with Will Levis, but finally and inevitably, Will returned to form in Week 12 when the Titans were playing the Texans, and here in the third quarter, Will tries to force a pass, and Jimmy Ward snags this for a pick six, but keep your eye on Levis after the interception. He starts booking it, just staring at the ground. I have to give it to you, Will. No one can say you aren't making an effort. I mean, that is straight up hustle right here. But you've got to look where you're running, buddy. This is literally the conversation I have with my 3-year-old when she tries to run. Honey, you can't look at your feet. You got to look up. You know the silliest thing is back when we're enjoying celebrations, and while I saw some great ones this week, one stood out above the others, and it was from Baker Mayfield when he scored on this QB run in New York at the end of the half. Baker drops back and sees a lane and takes it, but Baker has something special for the fans at MetLife and hits them with a Tommy DeVito celebration. Some might say this was a shot at the young QB, but if you ask Baker...
Is that Tribute to Tommy, yeah. He's a good dude. He's got swag.
Maybe it was a tribute to DeVito, or maybe it was a dig, but either way, it gave me delight. I also caught Baker during the game explaining to someone on the sidelines that you can still do finger guns as long as you keep your thumbs down. You got to keep the hammer down. Don't use those thumbs. Keep those thumbs down. And you know, I'll throw this in here. As they went into the half, listen to Andrew Catalon completely crap all over the Giants' performance in the first half.
I mean, guys, I can't really think of any positives for the Giants here in the first half. Offensively, they have 46 yards. Defensively, they've had no pressure on Mayfield. Tampa Bay has done whatever they want, and they've tried.
Some announcers give you the fluff, but Catalon is here to tell it like it is. The silliest thing I saw this week is brought to you by Vuori, makers of the most comfortable clothing on the planet. You guys hear me talk about Vuori each and every week, about how versatile their clothing is and how much I love it. And I thought, we'll try something fun, and I have a proposition for you all. Head over to VuoriClothing.com/Harris. Go through their catalog and pick out an item that you would like to see me in and leave it in the comments. I am so confident in Vuori's products that I will choose an item at random from the comments, order it, and model it for you guys on the next episode. So go to Vuori.com/Harris, and maybe there's a specific item that you would like to hear more about. Tell me in the comments. I will buy it, and you can hear straight from my mouth everything that I love about it. And while you're on the site, maybe you grab some stuff for yourself while browsing around. Thank you, Vuori, for making this show happen. I look forward to your guys' items in the comments, and I will make an order. How about a little more silliness? All right, everyone, hold on to your butts with this one. Earlier in the Bears game at the start of the half, Darnold sends this one to Addison. Addison turns upfield and nearly steps out of bounds before eventually being tackled. Now, Matt Eberflus thinks that Addison stepped out of bounds before he was tackled, so he challenges the play. On review, the play was upheld, but Mike Pereira comes on to explain one of the silliest things that I have ever heard in my life.
This view seems definitive, but they can't use this view, Mike?
This is definitive that he's inbound, but this is the boundary cam. And if a coach challenges, you cannot use the boundary cam. There's not boundary cams in every stadium, so there's a question of equity, whether some stadiums have it and some don't have it. So in a coach's challenge, you can't. On a regular review situation, like a scoring play, they can, but not a coach's challenge.
Yeah, that's right. Not all stadiums have that camera angle, so they can't use that angle to overturn a coach's challenge, which to me seems kind of silly. But to take things one step even sillier, While the refs cannot use that camera angle to decide on challenges, they can use it when conducting official reviews. So on scoring plays, turnovers, or late calls at the end of each half, the NFL allows officials to use all of the camera angles. But again, if it's a coach's challenge, then the boundary cams are not allowed to be used, which is one of the most absurd NFL rules I have ever heard of in my life. The NFL will never stop surprising me. And that is going to do it for me this week, guys. Remember to go to viore.com/Harris for 20% off your first order and to find a piece of clothing that you would like to see me in or you'd like to hear more about. I promise if you put it in the comments, I'm going to buy something. So let it be your item if you want to see something. I hope that everyone has a safe Thanksgiving. Be smart. Have a great day. Enjoy some football. We have 2 awesome games on Thursday. 1 absolute stinker, so there's that. But yeah, I'll see you guys for the silliness of Week 13 next week. Cheers.
Thanks so much for watching. Please, please, please smash that like button. Write a comment. Tell us who else you'd like to see us review film on. And of course, best of all, please subscribe to our channel and then click that little bell above the subscribe button and you'll be notified whenever we post a new video.